Hello there, Fro here again with your weekly football picks for Week 14 and recap Week 13. Jeff Fisher was alive and well this week because I went 8-8 for Week 13. Right down the middle, just the way I like it. Let's get right into it. New Orleans, Dallas for Thursday night. Picked New Orleans to win. They lost this game 13-10, and Cowboys defense, I gotta say, looks legit. I'm still not overly impressed with their offense. I'll say Ezekiel Elliott and Cooper here and there, but I still don't think Dak is good at all. But the way that team's playing right now, it's their division to lose. But huge game coming up this week, which we'll talk about later. Baltimore and Atlanta. Picked Baltimore to win. They won 26-16. Atlanta's pretty much packed in, ready for next season. If they have a good draft and they're going to have a good draft pick with their record, then they got some talent on that team, and they're going to have people come back from injuries. They're a team to watch out for next year, but this year's one to forget. Denver and Cincinnati. Speaking of teams that packed it in, I picked the Broncos to win. They won 24-10. Is that what it says? Yeah, 24-10. No real surprise there. Cincinnati's done. And Denver has a chance at the playoffs. They have some tough losses this year to good teams, so they're under the radar team that's actually a lot better and aren't getting talked about. I know Case Keenum is not very good at all, but Philip Lindsay's playing awesome. Defense is playing well like always, and receivers are making plays. Emmanuel Sanders and whatnot. They're a team to watch for. That wild card spot for the last spot in the AFC is going to be interesting. Rams at Detroit. Picked Rams to win. They won 30-16. No surprise there. Detroit, another team, getting ready to go fishing in the offseason. Arizona at Green Bay. Picked Green Bay to win. They lost at home to the Cardinals 2017 and promptly got Mike McCarthy fired afterwards, which could be a blessing in disguise. This year's a wash, but you still got Aaron Rodgers. I know he's not playing like the Aaron Rodgers old, but he's still putting up ridiculous touchdown interception ratio, and there's some talent on that team. And if they actually get a good head coach, they're still gonna be dangerous as long as they got Aaron Rodgers. They just need a nice solid coach and a good offseason to shore up some holes in that team, and I think they could be back next year to be a playoff team. Buffalo, Miami. Picked Buffalo to win, and they lost 2017. Who really cares about that game? Does anyone really care besides Miami and Buffalo fans? Josh Allen, he had 140, 150 yards rushing. He's a dual threat. I mean, he's been making plays with legs all year, and he has a cannon. So there's potential there in Buffalo, but they're another team that they're a couple years away, I think. But Allen's shown some flashes and nothing else. It's done really well with his legs. Chicago at the Giants. I picked Chicago to win, and they lost 30-27 in overtime. Giants are finding ways to ruin their draft position more and more each week. Odell Beckham is the best quarterback on that team. At least the best deep ball thrower, because Eli is at the end of the road. Eli or Flacco on the Jaguars next year? Who do you think? Let me know in the comments below who you think is going to be the Jaguars quarterback next year. Eli, Flacco, or a drafted quarterback, because Bortles times is over. Oh, Carolina, Tampa Bay. What happened, Carolina? I mean, I know you lost Olsen this game. He's out for the year again with another freaking foot injury. But I picked Carolina to win. They lost 24-17. Tampa Bay, man, they are all over the place here. They're not going to make the playoff. They're not going to make the playoffs this year, but they're one of those teams that's so up and down. They're a freaking seesaw. I don't know. But Carolina, man, well, you're 6-2, and now you guys are 6-6. McCaffrey's a beast, but as far as the rest of the team goes, I can't say much positive about him. Cleveland and Houston. I picked Cleveland for the upset. They, of course, lost 29-13. This game had a chance to be closer, but when Callaway fumbled that ball at the 1 yard line on what would have been like a 70-some yard touchdown catch, that pretty much was just the seal of the game right there. That was a huge momentum shift, and it was over after that. But I'll give credit to Houston. They're playing well. I mean, they've had some lucky wins, but they are a good team, and they're definitely going to win the division at this point. It would take a colossal collapse on their part to not win the division, but they're going to win the division. So I don't think they're going to do much in the playoffs, but they do have some good young players on that team, and they got good defense. But they're going to win the division. But good for them. Jets at Tennessee. I picked Tennessee to win, and they came from behind and pulled this one out, won 26-22. Great score. That's just a score you see a lot right there. Titans are one of those teams fighting for that last AFC playoff spot. Don't see them getting it, but they're still alive. That's all that matters. Kansas City, Oakland. Picked Kansas City to win. They won 40-33. Oakland kept us close, but Kansas City, they just kicked it up another notch. See what I did there? Huh? Anyway, Minnesota, New England. Picked New England to win. They won 24-10. Oh, God, who cares? Who cares? The Patriots are going to fucking sleepwalk to another, first overall seed in the AFC because, of course, the whole Kareem Hunt situation is making the Chargers a worse team, or the Chargers, the Chiefs a worse team. Of course, Connor's now hurt for the Steelers, and they always lose to the Patriots anyway. So of course, it's just amazing what happens to other teams, just to pave the way for them. I cannot wait for it to be over. The league needs some parity bad. I mean, I know this year has been good parity, but there's still going to be you're still going to see a lot of the same teams in the top, 4 or 5 that you saw last year. Oh, where was I? San Francisco at Seattle. Picked Seattle to win. It was a close one. They eked it out. They won 43-16. It was a well-fought game for, up until the kickoff. Seattle, they're in the driver's seat for that wild card spot. And I think they have a good chance to win this upcoming week, too. Chargers at Pittsburgh. Picked Pittsburgh to win, and they found a way to lose this game, 33-30. Good on the Chargers. Chargers are definitely going to get that, at worst, the 5 spot. They can still get the division, especially with the Chiefs now losing Hunt forever. AFC is going to be interesting, but I still think it's the Patriots are going to end up going to the fucking Super Bowl. I sure hope not, but it seems like it's leaning that way. Washington at Philly on Monday night. Picked Philly to win. They won 26-13. Or was it 26? I don't know what the hell. Or 28, I'm sorry. 28-13. I have really good handwriting, so sorry. I can't even read it sometimes. But Sanchez, he's still alive. And still awful. Sorry, Redskins fans. I don't know what to say, but you guys really hit the injury shit list this year. Holy God. Hey, at least you had that one highlight of Peterson in that 90-yard run. 90-yard touchdown run, and he still didn't break 100 yards for the game. Woo! Speaking of shit shows, the Colts at Jacksonville. Picked the Colts to win, of course. And they lost in a shootout. It was just fireworks left and right against game offense. They lost 6-0. Let's just turn the page on that. It was a wake-up call. Like I've been saying, playoffs this year will be a plus. It helps because, all the young guys will all get experience. But they've overachieved to this point by a far margin. And if anything, that game just shows that we desperately need some playmakers on offense. Because Hilton will just get, double covered. And it's not like he's some, Randy Moss receiver where he can just jump over people and stuff. He makes tough catches, but he's not going to jump over anybody. I love Hilton. But he can't do it by himself. Noah Doyle hurt the running game a lot. It hurt the passing game a lot. It's basically Ebron Hilton. And Ebron has turned into our go-to player. And if you would have said that before the season started, I was scoffed at. I was happy with the Ebron sign. I thought, it's good depth. Him and Doyle make a really good combo. I think, Ebron has chances. I did not realize that Ebron was going to play this integral part in the Colts offense this year. I mean, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't even be where we are now. But he's played awesome, but they need another receiver, at least one more receiver. And honestly, at this point, I'm back on Sonny Bell. I like Mack at all, but he just doesn't have the versatility that Bell offers. And I think Bell and Mack would be a hell of a combo because you can have Bell be the main running back. They're both decent pass catcher. Well, Bell's a really good pass catcher. Mack's a decent pass catcher. Both decent at pass coverage, and Mack is the more explosive of the player. So you can have him as a change of pace back. I think that'd be perfect. Got a lot of money to spend, Ballard. We got to make some upgrades. That's all I got to say. But look, the future's bright, regardless of this horrendous loss this past week that crushed our playoff hopes. But we're still alive. Still alive. And I'm optimistic for the future. I'm not going to, harbor if we don't make the playoffs this year. I didn't expect them to going into the season. I expected them to compete and win maybe around like anywhere 6 to 9 range, but they surpassed my expectations, especially with the injuries we've had. And credit to defense. The defense played awesome. I mean, defense kept us in that goddamn game the entire game. I know it was against Cody Kessler and Jaguars, but play calling really killed us that game. You got to take field goals against that defense. I know their defense has had up and downs here, but they still a really good defense personnel. You got to take the field goals against that team, especially when they have no offense. You know that you can win this game 9-6. You got to take field goals when you can. But Reich's been an aggressive play caller, and most of the time I'm for it, but sometimes you got to take the points. And overall, it's been a great year for Frank Reich. So one bad game isn't going to deter my look on him. Right in next week. Speaking of Jaguars, they are the Thursday night game this week against Tennessee. Tennessee wins. Jacksonville, they got to win, good for them. But on the road on a short week, going to Tennessee. Should be a really exciting Thursday night game if you want to fall asleep. It probably work really well for you. But who knows? Could be a good game. Tennessee wins. Another just exciting looking game. Jets at Buffalo. Buffalo wins at home. Look for Josh Allen to make more plays than McCown or Darnold, whoever the hell plays for the Jets this week. Carolina at Cleveland. Cleveland coming off a bad loss. Carolina coming off a month of losses. Excuse me. Gotta love GERD. Cleveland wins this game. Atlanta at Green Bay. Wow, 2 teams ready for next year. I think Green Bay rallies, they play a little better now that they fired their coach. The players are going to be like, wow, we can get fired too and get released in the offseason. So they're going to play harder. Look for Green Bay to win this game. It's a very meaningless game, and it's going to be a meaningless win for whoever wins it. Green Bay wins, though. Baltimore, Kansas City. Should be a game. At Kansas City, though, I just think Kansas City offense is good enough to counteract the Baltimore defense. And I just don't think Lamar Jackson's going to be able to put up enough points to keep with Kansas City. Look for Kansas City to win this game. And Mahomes is going to be the MVP because he still has one more week against Oakland for his MVP campaign. He's going to take I had Breeze ahead until this past week, and it's Mahomes to trophy to win at this point. Oh, New England at Miami. New England. New Orleans, Tampa Bay. Now, New Orleans come off a tough loss. I guess one of the 2 losses they had this year was to Tampa Bay the very first week of the year when Tampa Bay they dropped like a 40 burger on them. But these are 2 different teams now. I think New Orleans bounces back this week, and they find a way to win that game. Giants at Washington. Wow. Sanchez and whoever they have as the backup that they're going to sign, even at home, the Redskins are done. They're kaput. Giants win this game and make that draft pick even worse. But I cannot see Sanchez winning this game. Bengals at Chargers. Chargers, yeah. Denver, San Francisco. Denver. That's 2 easy picks right there. Philly at Dallas. This is pretty much the division right here. Eagles lose this, and it's basically over. But if they win, they're tied with the Cowboys, and I don't know what the tiebreaker is, but they both would have had 1 win against each other. So I'm not sure of their conference record and division record, but this is a must-win game for Philly. Huge game, probably the biggest game of the week as far as playoff implications go. This in Kansas City and Baltimore. I think Philly wins this game on the road. Dallas doesn't have a very good home field advantage, and I know their defense has played excellent stuff, but I just had this feeling that Philly's going to win this game and make this division race very interesting going down to the wire. Pittsburgh and Oakland. Even without James Conner on the road, Pittsburgh wins this game. I don't care how bad Road Ben shows up, which he's been better this year on the road, but they're better than Oakland. Detroit, Arizona. Wow. Who cares? Detroit. Rams at Chicago. See, I don't know if Trubisky's going to play this game. I want to say that he probably will because this is a big game, and they're going to want to get him back for this. But even so, the Rams are just a better team, I think. The Bears have the defenses are both good on both sides. I think the Rams. I'm picking the Rams. Minnesota at Seattle. This is a big game. This game also has very big playoff implications in the NFC. But Seattle home, they're playing better. Bobby Wagner is playing out of his mind right now, and Russell Wilson's been playing great. Seattle wins that game. And ending the week with the Colts game like I always do. Colts at Houston. Houston has a better team right now, but they better watch out down the road because, actually, both teams have a bright future because both teams have a lot of cap space. The Colts have the most in the league. I think Houston's probably like top 6 or something like that. Our division is only up and up, not counting the Jaguars, but if the Jaguars had an actual real quarterback, they could be a legitimate threat, but who knows what they can do in the offseason because they got some salary cap problems and all that stuff. But anywho, 2 young teams. Just Houston has the better team right now. I'm picking the Texans to win this game and put maybe the final nail in the Colts' playoff chances for this year. But between this and the Cowboys game, I see us losing at least one of those games. I want to believe, and I always will believe in the Colts, but you just got to pick with your brain sometimes and not with your heart. And my brain's telling me that Houston's going to win this game at home. And that's really all I got to say. As always, thanks for watching. Fantasy playoffs are starting for most people this week, so good luck in those to everybody that plays fantasy football. Good luck to your teams down the stretch trying to make the playoffs, or just trying to get better playoff or pick position for the draft. Anyway, the year is coming closer and closer to a close. Football goes by faster and faster every goddamn year. But thanks for watching. I appreciate all the love and support. It means a lot to me. And I'll catch you guys next week. Fuck the Patriots. Peace out.